So I challenge people to do that. And when you do that, and this is probably wise, because you're actually going to see things that don't get preached on Sunday.
Right. Right.
And when you start to see those things that don't get preached on Sunday, and when you start to be able to decipher perhaps Jesus's ministry for yourself and not based on what's being taught from the pulpit, you realize that the physical institution of church or religion is not in alignment with what the book actually says
church is.
And so that's where the cognitive dissonance comes in.
All right, this is Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 1, and it says, "Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pastor, saith the Lord Yahweh." Okay, therefore thus saith the Lord God of Israel, against the pastors that feed my people, ye have scattered my flock, and have driven them away, and have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doings, saith Yahweh. I want to give all honor, all glory, and all praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders of the nation of Israel. Shalom to you brothers out there that are laboring, enduring the elements, making your body a living sacrifice, trying to seal the elect, making your call election assured, seeking out your own salvation, as well as you sisters that are learning, listening, applying, being obedient to your husbands. Shalom, shalom. Again, it's the brother Zachariah. Come back to you with another one on this Saturday. Very nice Saturday too, by the way. All right. And this is a much later lesson. Like right now will be the time I will be heading out to highways, but I wanted to get one more in, and then I'm gonna go ahead and start working on my probably more than likely like a various topics, current events type highways, which has been kind of like the new thing when I go out. Just kind of collect a lot of articles, current events, things happening, video clips, and just go over them on the highways. All right. So, but I wanted to do this lesson because as I was collecting those, I stumbled across this one because I got a bunch of videos that I clips and things that, and articles that I want to dive in as single lessons. You know, things that are just, you know, certain topics. Like I said, there's always something you can go into in this thing. That, you know, you can't be in this truth and be like, oh, I don't know, there ain't nothing to talk about. And it's always something, even if it's not something going on within, like, as far as like current events. Hey man, you can go into the scriptures and pull something out. You know, there's so much, you know, that you can always go into. Okay, but like I said, I want to go into a lot of these articles as well because it helps our people out. All right, and that's why I wanted to start off with this. And as you seen in the video clip, the Jake was talking about, man, as you begin to read the Bible, you'll flock out of these churches, which there's been articles on people starting to begin to lose faith. People are leaving the churches. There's a lot of empty seats and stuff. You know, you had the allegations on what's his name, TD Jakes. All right. And what's crazy about him is that they said that seats were starting to flock out in there. All right. But this was this is the article here that really inspired me to do this lesson. Okay. And it says false prophets are charging up to $555 per phone call to give alleged words from God. Okay. And this truth, he's Yahweh, Bashim Yahushua is not charging you, you know. So, you know, but these men, everything about them is all about money and charging you. You know, when you go back into the scriptures and you look at tithes and offering, it really was crops and things of that nature. Okay, now I'm not saying that it couldn't have been money. You know, it could have been as well. You know, it wasn't money like what you see in here, like the paper money. You know, they had gold and things back then, and a lot of things when they took up offerings and stuff, it was to help out. You know, we had the Levites, because all of this goes back to the Israelites. This is not a worldwide thing. This was about the Israelites. Okay, you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. This was our way. Okay. Our true way. And what we did was we would all put in like a 10% of some of your crops and things, and it would help out the Levites, because the Levites didn't have land of their own. They were scattered amongst all the tribes because you had to have the Levite priests around. Okay, so it was to help them. All right, and then we fought many wars. You know, a lot of our Israelite men, they were warriors. Okay, they fought in many wars and battles with these other nations. Okay, and if someone lost their life or something, you might have left a widow and children. Okay, and that would hurt that woman because she really was she was keepers of the house. So they might need finances. They might be hurting a little bit. So it was for that benefit. Okay, that's what the purpose was. All right. not to fill up a bank account of some so-called church or your pastor and all that. You know, these so-called pastors, you know, they got these big mansions and big bank accounts. They always have the most best looking car. You know, Yahweh Shem Yahshua's not dealing with that, man. But, you know, they're charging all this money, all right? So I wanted to pull that up, all right, real quick and just show you that article, okay? And then plus they're not preaching about anything. You know, most of the time they'll pull out the Bible, they'll pull up one verse, and then that's it. Like when I do these lessons, not just me, but my fellow brothers, and it's truth. Man, we go precept upon precept. We go and we break it all down and give you a better understanding. Okay, we don't just pull up something and then we just roll. We're hooting and hollering, doing backflips and stuff. We don't do that. Okay, the truth is the truth, man, and you just bring it out. You don't need all those theatrics and stuff, and it just gets crazy. All right, but this is the book of Titus, chapter 1, starting verse 10. It says, "For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision." So we got people like that even amongst Israel. Okay, you know, and this could be talking about, you know, past tense, but hey, you apply it to today as well. Nothing new under the sun. Okay, if they were back then like that, you best believe there's something like that today. All right, they just be yapping. That's it. You know, many vain talkers. You know, that's why a lot of times when I do these lessons, I be like, you know, Lord, willing to be edifying, but I also be trying to be straight to the point with it. I don't want to ramble on for like 3 to 4 hours in a lesson, and you know, and we understand Jake. You know, Jake don't have the attention span to sit there for 4 hours listening to a lesson. You know, so you want to break it down in a way to where they can get it understanding, because then they're going to be like, and I've heard of many Jakes, you know, from different camps and stuff, and they would say like, man, you know, I was, you know, like such and such, I like the camp that they was with, but they was hearing like these lessons, and they said, man, it go for 4-5 hours, you know, and plus we're in Babylon and stuff. Jake don't have the time to sit and watch a 5-hour lesson, you know. So you want to try to be quick and straight to the point. And a lot of my lessons when I first came into it, they were like 15 minutes and stuff. Now, some of them are getting around like the 30-minute, you know, 35 minutes, 40 minutes and stuff like that, you know. But like I said, I just try to be edifying to where, you know, and where, you know, Jake can get it, you know, at least not try to go over an hour with it. All right. But again, it says, "For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially of the circumcision." Okay. And look, verse 11 says, "Whose mouths must be stopped, who subvert whole houses, teaching things which they ought not, for filthy lucre's sake." Okay. So you might say, well, what is that? What's that mean? Okay. So, filthy lucre. All right. It says money obtained dishonestly. Okay, money obtained dishonestly. For example, she didn't like the job but loved the filthy lucre in the form of her weekly paycheck. All right, which that's not even a good analogy there. But it says Titus 1:11, where it refers to who's teaching wrongly for the sake of money. Okay, and that's a lot of your pastors today. Okay, a lot of them, you know, for the money. And then some in the truth, they might be getting some type of money, and so they'll teach some wayward doctrines and stuff that don't line up with the scriptures and stuff, just to please men. Oh, you can do this, you can do that, even though it don't line up with the scriptures. But a lot of them will say that you can go ahead and do it because maybe they're receiving money. All right, Yahweh Shem Yahshua is not dealing with that, man, at all. You know, and that's unacceptable. Okay. This is Micah chapter 3, verse 11. It says, "The heads thereof judge for reward." See that? "And the priests thereof teach for hire." See that? "And the prophets thereof divine for money. Yet will they lean upon the Lord Yahweh, and say, Is it not the Lord among us? None evil can come upon us." See that? Man, that's wicked. Let me see something. All right, yeah, I just wanted to make sure that was all that I needed. Yeah, it was just that Micah 3 and 10. Okay, All right, but you got to also understand, especially now more than ever, when it comes to these churches, these buildings and things, Yahweh Shem Shai is not in there. He's not dwelling in there. Okay, the temple is really going into you, which I bring that out a lot whenever I'm talking about these defiled foods too, because you got to be mindful about what you put in your body, because your body is a temple. It is the temple of Yahweh Shem Shai. All right, so you want to be mindful of that as well. Okay, but this is Acts 7, starting at verse 48. Okay, and it says, howbeit the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands, saith the prophet. Okay, verse 49, heaven is my throne, all right, and earth is my footstool. What house will ye build me, saith the Lord. Okay, it says, or what is the place of my rest? Okay, and his place is the heaven of heavens. All right, he says the earth is his footstool. So some small old building of 4 walls, that's not the place of Yahweh, because they'll say this is the house of the Lord, and all kind of manner of wickedness is going on in there. So Yahweh Shem Shai is not dealing with that. All right, and plus our people in the ancient world went buck wild in the temples that we did have. All right. But this is Ezekiel, and man, that's a whole nother lesson, But like I said, we done a lot of profane and wicked things in the sights of Yahweh Shem Shai, okay? And that's why we're in the condition we're in today. You got to understand, we're not innocent, all right? Nobody perishes being innocent. This judgment and everything that came upon us is because of our own doing, all right? But it's a blessing that Yahweh Shem Shai is having mercy and allowing us to come back into this truth, man. Waking up knowing that you're an Israelite, teaching your people the right way, and also, man, you seeking out your own salvation through fear and trembling, okay? And Lord willing, we be of that precious number, being first fruits of the kingdom, okay? We've suffered a lot, man. Previous captivities, but even more with this one, okay? And if you want this to continue, man, you got to be out your mind, man. Like who gets a thrill out of this? I wake up every day, man, and I pray, man, on this place to fall, man. Because this is hell, man. Okay? But this is Ezekiel 23 and verse 38. It says, moreover, this they have done unto me. They have defiled my sanctuary in the same day and have profaned my Sabbaths. Okay? See that? All right? All right, verse 39, it says, for when they had slain their children to their idols, see, we've done a lot of that. And then a lot of times people, Israelite men and women, okay, they're doing it by way of these abortion clinics, okay? Man, I might as well go ahead and bring this out, man. But my father, I was talking with him, and this was because I had brought it up in one of my previous lessons, the one about OJ, how, many of my people had took the jab, you know what I'm saying? And I'm sitting here looking at him, and he's telling me stuff that between him and his wife, because he was remarried after him and my mom divorced. He got remarried, and between them they had 3 kids. All right, 3 more kids. So I got 3 more siblings, besides me and my older sister. And what's crazy about that situation? He said you would have had more siblings because him and his woman, which he said he was against it, but the very last one that they had, he went with it, and but she went and she said she didn't want all those kids, and she ended up getting like 5 or 6 abortions, I think. I could be wrong, but I think it was somewhere around 5 or 6 of them. And man, my mouth about dropped to the floor. I was like, dang, that's crazy, Because he said you would have had like 5 or 6 more siblings, man. And he said that she had abortions. She didn't want all those kids, man. So, that's another thing, all right? So back to this, man, for when they had slain their children to their idols, then they came the same day in my sanctuary to profane it, all right? And lo, thus have they done it in the midst of my house, all right? Hey, that's why Yahweh Shem Shai is not playing around, man, all right? And judgment is the Bible says judgment begins the house of the Lord, okay? And that's what you Israelites, it's going to be judgment, okay? like I said, none of us are perfect in this thing, and I'm one of the most meek, humblest people you ever meet, man. You know, I'm straight up. I don't act like I'm better than or holier than thou or nothing like that. You know, I'm grateful just to be in this truth. I'm like, man, you know, sometimes I be thinking like, man, why'd he call, you know, me? You know, because I'm just so meek and humble, man. I think about, you know, this, you know, my life and everything, but I'm just grateful, man. I really am, you know, and it's a blessing, okay? But this is Revelations 18:4, okay? And it says, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that you receive not of her plagues. And that's really ultimately going into this place, Babylon the Great, okay? But those harlot houses, which is these so-called churches, are scattered all throughout Babylon, okay? And all of them are going to be destroyed too, along with this place. So you need to come out of that. You need to come out of these churches. You need to come out of the ways of Babylon, all that, okay? Now, it's not telling you to get on a plane and go move to Africa or some other country, which you got a lot of Israelites doing that. All hell is going to break loose in all these other countries. See, you got to think, Esau went about conquering everywhere. He especially in Africa. A lot of them, they're over there kissing the ceramics, them Jesus ceramics and statues and things that they got of what Jesus or whatever, you know, which we know the Savior's true name is Yahweh Shai, but they're kissing on this Jesus Christ. All right. So you go over there and you're an Israelite, and so they're going to look at you crazy. Okay. So you want to, hey, man. So really, it's just coming out of those ways, and then waiting on deliverance, okay? Because no matter where, all hell's going to break loose all over the world, okay? But Yahweh Shai is going to deliver you. That's the whole. His name is means he saves, he delivers, okay? So let him do his job. You don't need to be going on some plane flying somewhere. You know, he's going to deliver you, all right? And if you're saying that he's telling you to get on a plane and go these places and all that, man, you hearing a whole different spirit. All right. So you need to come up out of that. All right. So I got this other article. I just wanted to pull this up real quick. All right. And they just posted this. So that's through the spirit. And I seen it. I was like, oh, shoot. Let me go ahead and go into this as well. But it's just showing you, it says these are the richest pastors in America. Okay. And you got this guy, Jesse Duplantis. He's 20 million. Okay, you got Rick Warren, he's 25 million. Creflo Dollar, he's 27 million. Andy Stanley, he's 45 million. Stephen Furtick Jr., 60 million. Pat Robertson, 100 million. Joe Osteen, 110 million. Kenneth Copeland, okay, he's 300 million. Hey, and I don't see TD Jakes on here, but you know, hey, he's got to be up in there. He might be more than some of these guys. So I don't know if this is all the way accurate or not, because I don't see all the names. But yeah, these pastors, man, that's a lot of money. Okay, and I got this quick testimony back when I was going to the Christian church. I remember I was going to this church, and basically the pastor there was teaching, if you're not paying your tithes, you're going to go to hell. He put that on people and had them all in fear. You know, he said, I don't care if your lights get cut off. You need to pay your tithes. And a lot of them, people was losing their lights and everything. They were struggling. And then some of them were trying to work to keep their bills up. And he wanted you in the church every day. It was always something. If you can come to the church, you know, because he didn't work no job. His job was just going into the church, you know. And then the little time he had, he'll go to the gym and stuff. So you got it made. And plus the house, he's in a nice neighborhood. He got a movie theater set up in one of his rooms in there. His wife don't even have to cook. A lot of the members in the church were cooking dinner and preparing it for him and his whole family. They were doing all these things for this man. And meanwhile, he's oppressing the people in there. He had them to where they was pretty much almost like having you in the church every single day. You know, no type of nothing. You know, and I ain't saying you got to have a life or nothing, because this place, knowing that what we know now, this place is hell, okay? But having you up in that building, and we know that Yahweh Bashim Yahshah's not even dealing with that place, that's crazy, you know? Because when all hell break loose, these pastors are going to be ducking and dodging and hiding themselves. And see, people are going to be feeling some kind of way. Because they're going to be like, what in the world? I put all my faith in this man, and look where he's at. Anytime you look at these end time movies, you always see the pastor left behind anyways. That's very telling, man. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyways, back to this church, man, and this testimony. With the whole tithe thing, he would tell you that, okay? So this one couple came up to him, and the guy was a Jake, and he was married to an Edomite woman, but they were a young couple, man. And they were paying their tithes, but they were struggling, man. It was hard, and they were about to get their electric cut off, and they just had a newborn child, and they were really worried, you know, because they was in fear of that. So the one brother, he went to him and they were talking and stuff, and just said, man, our electric gonna get cut off and everything. And he's listening and looking and stuff, and then he just replied, I'll pray for you. And that was all he said. But he in that same church service, he announced that they had over $1 million in the bank. And I'm like, I mean, to tell me, like, man, you couldn't help that family out with their electric bill? Just crazy. I mean, these people were paying their tithes and stuff. Make a long story short, I know that guy ended up getting out of that church, which that's a good thing, and he's a Jake. And I pray that he, because he lived over on the Louisville side, so I pray that he had found the truth, you know, or he comes across, you know, some Israelites or something and find out that he's an Israelite, and maybe he come back to Yahweh Shemi Shai, because I mean, when I seen it and seen the look on his face, I know it was heartbreaking, you know, because you putting all your trust in this pastor, which they had that guy on a pedestal in there, you know. But our people have always been like that. Our people and just people in general, they put man over the Heavenly Father, okay? And he's definitely not dealing with that guy, because one, he's an Edomite, and number two, that dude's so puffed up and filled with pride. He had said in one of his sermons that he's never done anything, like he never committed any sin or nothing. He's just perfect, you know. He's just perfect guy, and a couple of them church members said that he's right there, like pretty much equal to Yahweh Shai. They didn't say Yahweh Shai. I know the name he said, but they say he's about equal to him. And I'm just looking like, what the hell? And, you know, I knew I had to get out of that place, you know, and about a year or so, no, it wasn't a year or so later, but a few years later on down the road, man, that's when I ended up waking up to the truth. But I came out of the church. It's just, I couldn't take no more. My spirit, man, it's just, I was going ready to vomit, you know, but I couldn't explain why these things were happening and stuff. And then, but getting this truth, man, it made all the sense. That's why I was like, so that's why that was happening, and this and that. It's like everything was playing back, all that with that church and stuff, and it all made sense, you know. And Yahweh Shema Shah was showing me, he's like, Dale, this is why those things were happening. This is why I had you in that church, for you to experience that, to see that, and for you to know. So you're not just saying it, and you ain't never been in the church, but you've been in the church, and you know for a fact that, hey, these are the things that's going on, and you can speak on that. But anyways, you know, that testimony there, and I just wanted to show y'all that. But, you know, Yahweh Shemi Shai is not dealing with that, man. Okay? All right, this is Proverbs 11 and verse 4. It says, riches profiteth not in the day of wrath. You see that? Because that's a day of wrath. When Yahweh Shai returned, they always telling you Jesus is coming back. It's going to be rainbows, unicorns, and a parade. It's going to be beautiful and glorious. No, man. It's going to be glorious for the elect. But even with that, it's going to be scary. We're going to be in fear as well. But at the same time, man, we're looking for our redemption. Okay? But we still going to have that level of fear, you know. But y'all, the fear that's going to come upon y'all is going to be on a whole nother level. Because y'all going to be like, oh, shit. And y'all knowing that he ain't dealing with you. You're going to know it. All right? But it says, riches profiteth not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death. Righteousness, true righteousness, okay? Dealing with these scriptures, which the church don't do. These pastors don't do that, okay? All right? Look at Satan trying to mess with this. All right. This is James chapter 5, verse 3. It says, your gold and silver is cankered. Okay. Corrupted. That's what it is. Basically, it's corrupted. All right. And the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as if it were fire. Ye have heaped treasures together for the last days. Okay. Which I usually bring this out talking about the economic collapse, but you can apply it to this as well, because a lot of these so-called pastors are heaping up treasures. You know, they got these big bank accounts, all this money, and Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is not dealing with them. Okay? And all that money ain't going to be no good here pretty soon anyways with the economic collapse. It's gonna be something. And a lot of these so-called pastors, their true colors are gonna come out. You know, you're gonna run for them for answers, and that's gonna be part of your famine of the word, which you're really not getting the answer anyways. They're not teaching this Bible correctly, but you're gonna try to seek out the men of the Lord, and you're not gonna be able to find us, because when all hell breaks loose, He's gonna keep us pull back from all this. He's gonna keep us from the hour and temptation. Okay, that's why we tell you to get this truth while it's out. You know, because once it's he withdraws his spirit from this place, it's a wrap, man. All hell's gonna break loose. But yeah, that money that they got is no good, man. All right, they're not teaching Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. They're not teaching the people that they're Israelites. They're not breaking down this gospel, man, in its purest and true form. Okay, they're not giving you that truth, man. Okay, it's nothing but lies and deceit. That's all it is, man. False hope and a false Messiah. You know, Yahweh Shai don't look like that. That's a whole different entity. Okay, Bible says don't have no other gods before me. Okay, that's a whole different God. Okay, that's not of the Bible. The Bible gives you a description telling you a color don't matter. Yes, it does, because it's in the Bible. If it didn't matter, it wouldn't be in there. If it didn't matter, they wouldn't have changed it, and they would have kept it as is. But the Bible even tells you that they were going to do that, and they did that. Okay? All about money too, man. Deceiving the people. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and end it with this one. All right, this is Jeremiah chapter 48 and verse 10, and it says, "Cursed be that doeth the work of the Lord Yahweh deceitfully." Okay, because you got people that do the work deceitfully, man, even in its truth. Okay, and they'll get exposed. Okay, you got sincere people that are doing it, and you got some that are being deceitful. You got some that are doing it to be seen of among elders. Look at me, you know. They'll do a bunch of rebuke stuff on people, on Jake, that they ain't even done anything. You know, they'll do it to be seen of that, you know, or trying to be like a bully or something in this truth. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is not dealing with that. And you see a lot of those type of guys, they get judged. And a lot of people don't even see it. They thinking, oh, no, that's just because that's a great man of the Lord. No, the Yahweh Bashim Yahushua sending a message. All right. So again, cursed be he that doeth the work deceitfully, and cursed be he that keepeth back his sword from blood. You know, with trimming their ways to seek love, giving you some sugar-coated doctrine or lessons. You know, you got to give that raw, uncut truth. All right. And look, 414, man, that's the spirit, man. 144. You know, all right. Lord willing, Yahweh Ratazah. Okay. So, man, hey, Lord willing, this lesson right here has been edifying, okay? I want to give all honor, all glory, and all praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders of the nation of Israel, and shalom to you brothers and sisters out there. Until the next one, shalom.